Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 11 of Enigmatica 2 Expert. I just recently restarted my server here, and I did that because when I first logged in at the start of this episode, when I went to record basically, this tank was completely empty. I had drained it to fill my meat feeder earlier, and it basically hadn't refilled. Like, in a whole day, 0 mobs spawned on our cursed earth. Since I had restarted the server, we've gotten more mob spawns in 5 minutes than we have in a day. So if you're using Cursed Earth, I guess just bear in mind that bug is still around where mobs don't spawn on it if you don't reset your server periodically. It's annoying, but no big deal. Anyways, you can see here more UU matter, and all of our passive automation's been doing its thing. Okay, this has been doing its thing extremely slowly, apparently. But whatever, two stacks of rosin is something. I also want to correct something I said about this this alloy. I think I slaughtered the pronunciation of it. I suspect no one cares, but what happened was I parsed this word as Chinese. So here, in fact, let me type this up. So it's this. Alright, so this is the word that right here, right? If you parse it as Chinese, you put the spaces here, and it comes out as boi chi, which as far as I know doesn't actually mean anything in Chinese. My Chinese isn't like great, but I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean anything. However, the word actually is of Japanese origin, which means you parse it like this, which comes out to, and my Japanese is even worse than my Chinese, so excuse me in advance, but it's Shibuichi, which from what I understand means 1 part in 4, which in this case it's referring to the fact that it's 1 part silver in 4. So there's your metallurgy lesson of the day. Let's get on to doing something perhaps a bit more productive. So my goal today is to be able to make this machine structure. We made these signalum cell frames last episode through much trial and tribulation. So today's goal is to make these elite platings. You know what? Let's get the easy thing out of the way first. Block of iron makes shaft. So if I just grab a bunch of iron, yeah, we have tons of it. Turn it into blocks because I'm not storing it in compacting drawers yet, and run it through the metal former. Because we have overclockers, this process is extremely fast. And all right, those are done. I think that means that we made 1 item in this recipe in the entire video last time. Now we've made 4 more. We've been 4 times as productive today as we were yesterday. That's how this works, right? I think. Hello? Apply to engine. Welcome back. All right, so the last thing we have to make machine structures are elite platings. Of course, it's 1 item. How bad can it be? Well, it's actually not all that bad. So we can already make advanced platings. Tough alloy is something that it's lithium ferroboron, and ferroboron is steel boron. So we can already make tough alloy. To go from this advanced plating to DU plating, we need uranium-238, specifically uranium-238 and sulfur. I think we have plenty of sulfur from something or another. If not, it's very easy to make. We can probably just crush netherrack for it, I imagine. If I had to guess. We can extract our gunpowder for it. Sure. But this uranium-238 is a bit trickier. I think we have to process. Where is it? Is there no isotope? No, it is an isotope. Oh, here we go. We can take uranium ingots and separate it into uranium-238 and 235. Thankfully, this nuclear craft uranium doesn't kill you, but we don't have that much of it because I think our sifting process does not produce uranium. Let's check. Is there any uranium to be found from sifting? Can we get this from... Yes, if we sift endstone. We can technically make endstone right? With glowstone, but I don't have all that much glowstone. How about, why don't I just go to the end, vein mine a whole bunch, and then we can set up another like one-off setup, kind of like this, well, what this used to be sifting for soul sand, and we'll just set up something that sift endstone to give us a fair bit of uranium. Before heading to the end, I'm going to grab a couple matter receivers. They're a little on the expensive side, but all these components we've got automated, and I'll give myself a advanced charge porter, so that we can easily teleport between anywhere I drop a matter receiver at. I'm going to drop one here, and then put another one in the end as well, and then we can teleport between them as needed. We can then go to the end and place the other one there. Wait, is the Ender Dragon back? That was weird. I saw the health bar for a second. I'm going to assume that was a glitch. Because I see no Ender Dragon here. And we can place this portal somewhere. Or not this portal, this receiver somewhere. Link, give it power with a power cell. Call it the end. Link it with you. And now we can teleport between our home and the end. If I need to drop items off too, I made sure to bring our storage tablet with us, because this has it has the extra, oh boy, it has interdimensional range, whereas the regular wireless crafting terminal does not. When it comes to sifting endstone, we do eventually want to sift both the gravel form, so the 1x crush form, as well as the 2x crush form. So if we crush it, we can then, wait, how do we get the 2x crushed endstone? So hold on, that's endstone. Oh, never mind, we only crush it once, but we want to sift it through both the iron mesh, hold on, yeah, iron mesh and diamond mesh. Iron mesh for uranium, turns out that's only uranium, and diamond mesh for these various gems. Some of these gems can be used to make empowered stuff, I think. Like, let's see, amber here. Aside from all these things, well, I guess not amber. I don't know. The gems are useful eventually, but not right now. So I think I'm just going to sift it all the endstone I just gathered will be for, I'll sift it in a, wait, what was this? Oh, end seeds. I should look into doing mystical agriculture at some point, but later. All right, come on. Where's my crushed endstone? Here we go. I'm going to sift it all through an iron mesh to get uranium. Just for now. And I think it's, yeah, I'm going to do the non-compressed version, because this is, the normal version gets you like 1 roll, and I think the compressed one gets you 7 rolls, but it costs 9 items. So it's, you basically give, you throw 2 items away. Conversion rate from endstone to the uranium isn't great. It's 30%, and then you have to get the 30% roll 4 times for a single ore. So 30% is about, well, it's 3/10 divided by 4, so it's 3/40. So every 40 pieces of endstone, you expect to get 3 uranium ores out of. But that'll do for now. We make do with what we've got. That's not even continuous. Come on, RF tools. But we can then, I think, harvest it for ingots. And this process, it doesn't really matter which type of ingots we get, but it has to be some type of uranium. This immersive engineering uranium is mostly interchangeable with uranium 238 at least in nuclear craft recipes, but I think for in industrial craft recipes, but for nuclear craft recipes it is not. So yeah, it is equivalent to cyanite in a reactor. But what I want to do is, wow, there's a lot of tabs here. Here we go. I want to run it through an isotope separator. The uranium 235 here will be precious later, but right now it's the 238 we're after. So, very easy machine to make. Let's make one of those. The isotope separator will break our products down into the 2 types of uranium that I'm just going to store into drawers. I think I'm going to let uranium-235 be what stuffs this system. Oh, actually, hold on. Can this go in a compacting drawer? Let's find out. If it can, I would much rather store it in there. Answer is yes, it can. All right, let's swap you out then. There we go. In the long run, the uranium-235 will be far more useful. But for now, I just need to have the 238, and we'll use that to make our depleted uranium platings. A storage bus here, high priority because it's specialized inventory. All right, so that's one step down. That gets us up to DU plating. Let me just confirm that I have sulfur. Well, we have a little bit of sulfur. What's an easy way to make this? Pulverizing stuff. Pulverizing coal gives a decent byproduct chance. Alright, we could turn gunpowder into sulfur. So with this, if I request sulfur, I just want a sanity check, make sure it works. Yep, gets dumped here. With a boatload of overclockers, it's very fast. Eventually we'll probably do something else for sulfur, but for now this is acceptable. Alright, so that actually finishes DU plating. Next up is to turn it into actual elite plating. So what does boron come from? All these nuclear craft ores come from sieving netherrack, huh? Netherrack is a pretty easy one to make because this uses redstone in the barrel thing, but it does require lava still. Is there another easy way to get netherrack? I mean, mystical agriculture? But this requires getting into getting reasonably deep into astral sorcery. Meh. Alright, for now, why don't I'll just use the netherrack that I have, that I gathered by hand, and we'll set up another system just like this to sieve it. For the mesh here, it's a choice between iron and diamond. Diamond has higher rates for all the items that it produces, except iron produces a little bit of blaze. I think for now, in the long run, we definitely want to do iron because the extra product. But for now, because I have a finite amount of netherrack and I'm gathering it by hand, I'm actually going to use the diamond mesh. And we'll just accept the fact that we're not getting blaze powder from this. All right, there we go. So all these likewise get tacked onto this. They'll get jammed into one or more of these compressors. Here we go. And then I'll add them to our wall here. So cobalt, ardite, and there's a couple other things. And the nuclear craft ores. With that set up, we've got plenty of boron for now. Most of this came from just when we were mining before, but its production is somewhat automated. Last step is crystal binder, and yep, we saved the hardest one for last. Alright, pulverized obsidian, easy. Magnesium dust, easy. 2 down. Crushed rhodochrosite. Couple ways we can get this. We can either transform rubies, which come from sifting crushed endstone, or we can rock crusher granite. And I'm going to go with this option. So granite, if I get regular granite here, can be made in an igneous extruder with just water. So probably what I'm going to do. Can also be made with these essences, but I believe a tier 3 seed requires, the Starlight Crafting Altar. The tier 1 seed does not. We can technically make, or at least it shouldn't be that hard to make the stone seeds, but that doesn't help us make granite. So yeah, I'll set up an igneous extruder and have it make rhodochrosite for us. And look, byproduct, sulfur. Conveniently, the rock crusher uses those DU platings we just scrounged up, so make me one. I have no doubt we'll need more than one because the calcium sulfate here, I'm pretty sure some step here, I think fluorite is most easily gotten also through a rock crusher, so we'll be crushing a lot of rocks. Rock Crusher is a power-hungry machine, clocking at 8,000 RF a tick without any upgrades. One speed and energy upgrade would double that. That's crazy. Anyways, it does produce stuff I need though, so I'm gonna store this in a drawer. I'm not quite sure which. I think I'm gonna use the rhodochrosite as the stopping thing. So if I set this is a trick I learned recently. These have void excess mode, so void excess on those, and this was actually the one I didn't want to void, right? So it'll run until the rhodochrosite backs up, and it'll void excess in these slots if it comes to it. Now for the elephant in the room. Calcium sulfate. So, I mean, we're this far down the rabbit hole already. Let's just keep on digging. Calcium sulfate is made from the liquid version in a crystallizer. This is in a chemical reactor. We need to react fluorite water with sulfuric acid. I think the nuclear craft version is slightly easier to make, although they are interchangeable, nuclear craft and mechanism. Fluorite water is fluorite plus water. Alright, there's an easy one. But fluorite itself comes from rock crushing diorite, and I believe that is by far the easiest way. Perhaps the only way? No, we can also get it from Periodot. But yeah, I think it's easier to make another rock crusher to crush what stone was it again? Diorite. Alright, so that's another igneous extruder. Thankfully, this just, once again, only consumes water. Another rock crusher, which is another 8,000 RF a tick load on our power grid. Might have to soon start considering power upgrades. Likewise, on this rock crusher, I'm going to use the fluorite as the gating material, so I will not void that one, but these two I will set on void excess, and then we'll add a few more drawers. Using the void behavior on the crusher natively, it just saves you the trouble of putting void upgrades into the drawers. Now onto the chemistry to make sulfuric acid. So no GregTech in this pack. GregTech actually has the easiest sulfuric acid. Here we have to go through the actual industrial process. So sulfuric acid is made from taking sulfur trioxide. Again, either mechanism or nuclear craft, but the two processes are basically the same, so I don't think anyways there's any reason to prefer one over the other. First, let's sleep. I should make the sleep charm to make sleeping faster. Anyways, sulfuric acid is made from sulfur trioxide and water. Sulfur trioxide is made from sulfur dioxide and oxygen. There's, I guess, or sulfur dioxide and oxygen difluoride. This just seems more complicated. Alright, so sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Sulfur dioxide is molten sulfur and oxygen. Molten sulfur is, I think, just melting sulfur. Wow. If you melt sulfur, you get molten sulfur. Who'd have thought, huh? So we're going to need a lot of oxygen for this. And I guess the sulfur that comes from here as well. So this process is now producing... Actually, we're probably going to end up using more sulfur than we will rhodochrosite. I'm going to change this from being void excess on the rhodochrosite or sulfur slot to the rhodochrosite slot. We're going to end up needing a lot more sulfur than rhodochrosite, so I'll let this be the bottleneck, which means we're going to end up voiding some of that stuff, and that's all right. Well, let's look at the different ways to make oxygen. I do not want well, I might want mechanism oxygen, but I think it's slightly easier to use it's either nuclear craft oxygen or mechanism oxygen. Nuclear craft oxygen comes from electrolyzing water. Standard water gives hydrogen, oxygen, and even a little bit of deuterium. I guess we can see which one uses less energy. Oh boy. This uses a lot of energy. That's 100,000 RF to make half a bucket of oxygen. I think that means I want to use the mechanism form of oxygen, actually. The downside is that there's an extra step, I think. I'm not sure. I've been told that nuclear craft machines accept mechanism gases. We'll try it out, I guess. But mechanism oxygen is just electrolyzing water, right? Produces oxygen, and I think it doesn't say the energy amount, but I guarantee you it's more energy efficient than the nuclear craft way. Yeah, it appears like the nuclear craft chemical reactor does accept mechanism gaseous oxygen, and it automatically converts it to the liquid variant. That's nice. It just saves the trouble of the machine that converts gases to liquids. Anyways, one machine melts sulfur, one machine electrolyzes oxygen. I put all the upgrades in it, which makes it extremely fast and extremely energy hungry. But gets the job done. I made gas conduits too if we need it, but for now it looks like it's not needed. Actually, let's run these on top. Alright, so let's use the yellow channel because this is moving sulfur. Right, and sulfur's yellow. Sensible enough? Alright, so this is sulfur dioxide. Then next step is sulfur dioxide. Let me double check this. Sulfur dioxide plus more oxygen. I have a hard time getting to that oxygen side there, huh? Let's move this machine somewhere. Well, here's a bug I haven't seen before. My cardboard boxes are duplicating. Weird. They don't actually exist. Those cardboard boxes don't actually exist. It's a bug of some sort, but I'm not exactly sure what type. Anyways, we're going to put this here, and then I will break out the gas conduit. That way we can do the sensible thing of having this one electrolytic separator provide for both machines. So this ultimately makes sulfur trioxide, and then that, I think it was water, right? Sulfur trioxide plus water, yeah. So I have water on this conduit network here. So let's just get another chemical reactor and merge it all together. And here is the entire system. So this stack on the left is what makes sulfuric acid. It appears to be stopped probably on account of being out of sulfur. Nope. Why are you stopped? Wait a second. Sulfur should be inserting into here, is it not? Oh, this conduit lost its settings. Or maybe it just never set it. Who knows? Hold on, let me double check. So sulfur is supposed to go into here and react with oxygen. Is that correct? Sulfur plus oxygen. I thought this was working earlier. How did I break it? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Let's set this to yellow channel. I remember doing this, right? I talked about the channel color. Whatever. That makes that thing. And then sulfur dioxide with more oxygen. And then sulfur trioxide with water. So this stack makes sulfuric acid. This stack here on the left takes that sulfuric acid, reacts it with fluorite water, which comes from mixing fluorite with water. The hydrofluoric acid here just gets voided when the tank gets full. And then the other product is the calcium sulfate. So if we include the rock crushers, because the rock crushers produce some of the important inputs here, it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we should include the igneous extruders. 11, 12. 12 machines to make one thing, calcium sulfate. I mean, like, okay, yeah, it makes crushed rhodochrosite and sulfur as well, which are used elsewhere, but still, it's like, very complicated process to make calcium sulfate. But with that, we can now make crystal binder, which can make elite plating, which, I don't know, fusion? I don't know, fusion wasn't what we needed it for. What was it for? Kinda, I'm so far down the rabbit hole, I've forgotten why we jumped into, machine structures. That's why. Alright, let's put these recipes in. Moment of truth, can we request it? No. Just, oh, I didn't actually, hold up. Just skipped a recipe. That's no big deal. Alright, moment of truth number 2. Yes. Alright, well, make me 6, I guess. And it's not even a whole lot of steps. Because most of the products in here, you know, well, maybe not most, many of the products we are passively producing. Anyways, I completed a lot of quests along the way, so I'm just going to claim rewards. And we're going to open loot boxes before we continue on, because I think we earned it. So, yeah, just like various machines we had to make, completed quests. In fact, that DU... Let's pick up these platings. I need to pick up a DU and an elite plating. I'm just going to claim some quests and then we can open all the boxes in a row. Alright, a lot of loot chests. Are they all metadata 101? I guess so. So none of them are better or worse than others. Not a good start. Hamster wheel. Does it come with its own hamster? Oh, it's a generator. Ah, cute. No hamster included, however. This sounds interesting. We might have to try it out later. Hey, I know what a Tesla coil does now. It zaps mobs. That's a quarter of a dragon. More food. Well, that was not terribly great loot. Then again, I don't know what I was expecting. But it's still fun to open loot boxes, right? This is why loot boxes are bad in games. They get people like me to just open them all day long, even when they're useless. Anyways, I'm going to sanity check that these cannot be printed. But because they don't have the tooltip, yeah, I didn't expect it. They cannot be printed. Alright, well, we did all of that to complete this quest, because this quest rewards 16 titanium ingots. Gimme. With those titanium ingots, we can make the titanium alumide here, I think. How do we make titanium alumide? Yeah, any type of alloy smelter. 7 and 3 make 3. We need 4. Alright. We can almost make the chassis now. All that's missing are... Wait, I have the gears? I must have found these as loot somewhere because I haven't actually started farming Grains of Infinity yet. Alright, well, I guess we can put off Grains of Infinity a little bit longer then. Need a hardened cell frame, but we can auto-craft those. So, fire. I think this is a one step that's slow, right? This is the power step? Yeah. Alright, so in 30 seconds, we can make the frame, and this frame can be... Wait, I thought it could. Hold up. I thought this said it could be printed in the mass fabricator, but it doesn't have the tooltip. Well, we'll make one and find out, but I'll be very sad if we cannot print it. Alright, one simple machine chassis, and please tell me that we are able to print these. Oh no, why did I think we could? I thought that we only had to make one of these, and we wouldn't have to make any more of this titanium alumide. I'm big stupid. I'm recording this video like almost a full week in advance of when it comes out. I suspect 3 or 4 days ago, someone has told me this in the comments that I'm jumping down the rabbit hole for, and I'm about to be very disappointed in myself. But I don't have the luxury of reading that comment until after I've recorded this. So yikes, that feels silly now. But you know what? I'm committed to this. If you're gonna make a bad decision, commit to the bad decision. What we're going to do is claim this quest. Want to make a hollow projector. Alright, I'm gonna make one of these and then claim that quest. This quest reward gives flat levels, so I'm gonna whoopsies. Be a little bit Did I not grab my... Oh, there it is. I'm going to take all my EXP out of the tome to maximize my level, and then get 10 levels, and then put EXP back in the tome. Does it matter? Probably not. No, not in the slightest. Did that give me 10 levels? I guess it did. And then I'll put my EXP back. Anyways, I saw that this next quest here is titanium. Oh. I'm hoping beyond hope that we can get to space before I use up all the titanium that the earlier quest reward gave me. That is my bad plan that I am committing to. And apparently our Tome of Knowledge is full. Looking at the systems that have rutile ore, which is titanium ore in it, Europa, I think, is our first hope of getting it. Which if memory serves me right, this is a moon of Jupiter, right? That means that it's in our system, which means that all we have to do is build a rocket with a warp controller on it, and we should be able to make it to Europa. So, because it's in system, we don't have to make the warp core. The warp core takes 15 titanium blocks. If we needed the warp core, there's no hope of making it without making more titanium. But if all we need is the warp controller, maybe, just maybe, there's a chance. However, I think we are out of time today. So next episode, we'll come back and see about, I guess we just have to do a few of these quests here, eventually hit warp core, and yeah, I might not even do it in the order they state here. I don't think we need a space station to go to Europa. Anyways, we'll tackle all this tomorrow. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.